Alright, hi, this is Kevin with Go for Lax, and it's my first video, so expect it to be rough. Maybe some cursing, I will try to edit it out, but anyway, here we go. Today I'm going to start to do a general overview of the Command X. It's the first of the face-off heads that I decided to string up and review. First impressions, I actually really like it. It's on the Command X shaft, which has, if you notice, has some flaring out right by where your hand meets the head of the plastic, which is nice. Also keeps the head from turning. There are 3 screw holes to attach the head to the shaft, which is nice because that was one of the first things I worried about with it being such a small throat, and there have been heads in the past that how can I delicately put it, have popped off the shaft because of having such a short throat. But combined with the Command X shaft, I haven't seen any of the issues on that as I've been playing with it. Now, a couple things. It's the part of the Command series, but the face shape alone is different from the regular Command or the Command Low. It's much narrower, and you'll notice on this side is thinner and this side is bulkier. Again, this side has a little bit more give, this side is stiffer. If I flip it over and look at the back, you can see where this side is more curved compared to this side being a lot more narrow. So if you can picture it as you're clamping down over the ball, this is either going to cut and pull the ball into your stick or slide a bone to your opponent's stick and give you that clamp. So it's pretty innovative. In other reviews they've talked about how it's kind of borrowing tech from the original Blade F-Off, but this is done at a much higher level. Benefits on this. This is a trickier head to string than most. And I'll pull it up again. If you look at the sidewalls here, on the sides on contact with the ground, they're completely different and do not line up asymmetrical to each other. So when you're stringing this, first time stringers, I don't recommend trying it. Have someone with some experience. I would like to borrow what I call the Laz method off of my buddy Brian, and get your top string done, and then you're going to want to pretty much do one knot on one side and mirror it on the other side and go down. And even then, just to reduce bagging, you're going to see the head is going to be slightly asymmetrical. It throws well, it shoots really, really well. It's never going to be a work of art because you're not going to get that perfect symmetry you do with a symmetrical head. Going to the sidewalls, one of the things I was concerned about is the top third of it is similar to what the Command Low is. However, they put the bracing going more like the normal Command than the Command Low here, so it's got more structure and more support up here, especially with this one side being thicker. It is much better on ground balls than the Command Low, but the Command Low, again, was always made to be a passing shooting stick, not a ground ball demon stick. But if you mirror it up to the Command, you can see they've beefed up down here, took away one of the struts, and lowered where this strut goes into here. But all in all, the great first entry. The face-offs and draws that I've taken, I really like this part of the head. Like I said, this will be the first video. There'll be a total of 5, so whatever head I review next, I will do the tech, the aesthetics, stringability, the scoop, and how it performs. And at the end, the 5th video will be an encompass of the 4 heads, which one I think has the best scoop, and whatnot. As far as playing offense and defense with this head, I didn't notice much of it. Again, it's also rather new, so it hasn't had a chance to warp or change it, but had no issues on throwing poke checks, lift checks, the normal checks I do. And as far as offense, one of the greatest compliments I can give a head is that I didn't notice it. Uh, the when the ball clicks off the sidewalls here, it's a little different from that, so you can kind of feel that. I really thought that the shaft would become an annoyance, but I actually like this. Almost wish they kind of had this in a MIDI head, especially when you get down to the one-handed cradling. It just really sits in your hand well. If there's any other questions, let me know. Leave some comments. Talk to you guys later.